The individual game continues, but the pressure becomes unbearable. Every player now understands the truth. This game isn't testing intelligence alone. It's testing how much guilt a person can carry. Each choice they make helps them survive, but someone else pays the price. And the worst part is not knowing who. Shiho struggles the most. Every decision feels wrong. Saving herself feels like betraying others. Shibe begins to break under the weight of fear and regret. For the first time, he realizes how weak he really is without others guiding him. Yutori, however, grows calmer. Too calm. Her expressions no longer match her actions, hinting that there's more to her than the fragile image she shows. Tenji watches the situation unfold with a bitter understanding. This game is designed to erase morality completely. And Yuuichi? Yuuichi moves with absolute certainty. He realizes that the game depends on hesitation. The moment a player starts doubting their own choices, they lose control. So Yuuichi does the opposite. He commits fully. No hesitation, no guilt. Only results. By predicting how others will act under pressure, he minimizes damage without exposing himself. While others suffer mentally, Yuuichi stays steady, almost emotionless. The organizers take notice. This player isn't just surviving. He's adapting faster than the game can evolve. The chapter ends with a chilling realization. Yuuichi Katagiri is no longer learning the Tomodachi game. He's outgrowing it. And that makes him more dangerous than ever. The individual game reaches a disturbing turning point. By now, the players are no longer confused. They understand exactly what the Tomodachi game is trying to do. It's not about death anymore. It's about breaking people from the inside. The pressure pushes everyone closer to their limits. Shiho begins to question herself. Every choice she makes feels like a contradiction to her sense of justice. Doing the right thing now comes with a cost she can't accept. Shibe is barely holding on. Fear controls his actions, and regret follows every decision he makes. He's trapped between survival and self-hatred. Yutori's transformation becomes clearer. She no longer reacts like a victim. Her calm isn't weakness. It's control. For the first time, it feels like she's hiding something far darker than anyone expected. Tenji realizes it too late. Some people don't break under pressure. They change. And Yuuichi? Yuuichi finally reveals how deeply he understands the game. He explains that guilt is the strongest weapon the organizers use. People destroy themselves trying to remain good. So Yuuichi abandons that idea completely. He stops playing as a good person. He plays as someone who accepts the consequences. By doing so, he gains something terrifying: clarity. The game loses its grip on him. The chapter ends with a chilling contrast. While others are falling apart emotionally, Yuuichi stands firm. Because in a game designed to crush humanity, the one who lets go of it first is the one who wins. The individual game finally begins to show its consequences. By now, the emotional damage is impossible to hide. The players aren't just exhausted, they're fractured. Every choice they've made has left scars. Shiho reaches her breaking point. Her belief in justice clashes completely with the reality of the game. No matter what she chooses, someone suffers. And for the first time, she starts doubting herself. Shibe is overwhelmed by fear and shame. Survival no longer feels like winning. It feels like punishment. Yutori's behavior becomes even more unsettling. Her calmness no longer seems forced. It feels natural. She adapts too easily, as if this kind of cruelty doesn't affect her the way it affects others. Tenji watches all of this with regret. He understands now that the Tomodachi game doesn't just expose lies. It reveals who people truly are under pressure. And Yuuichi? Yuuichi reaches a terrifying conclusion. This game can't be beaten by playing fair. It can only be beaten by controlling the damage. Instead of reacting to outcomes, Yuuichi starts shaping them. He accepts short-term losses to prevent total collapse. Every move is calculated, not emotional. The organizers take notice once again. This isn't normal adaptation. This is mastery. The chapter ends with a heavy realization hanging in the air. The Tomodachi game was created to break friendships. But Yuuichi Katagiri is turning it into something else, a test of dominance. And he's passing it. The individual game finally reaches its limit. Every player is exhausted, mentally, emotionally, and morally. The constant pressure has stripped away excuses, lies, and self-deception. Now only truth remains. Shiho realizes something painful. No matter how hard she tries to stay righteous, the game doesn't reward justice. It rewards those who can endure guilt without breaking. Shibe is barely standing. Fear has ruled him for too long, and now he understands how easily he was manipulated. Survival came at the cost of his self-respect. Yutori no longer hides her adaptability. Her fear is gone. Her reactions are controlled. She has learned how to survive without hesitation, and that makes her dangerous. Tenji accepts reality. He understands that once someone crosses a certain line, there's no returning to who they were before the game. And Yuichi? Yuichi reaches the final stage of his transformation. He no longer reacts to the Tomodachi game. He predicts it. He understands that the game depends on one thing, forcing players to choose between themselves and others. And the moment that choice stops hurting, the game loses its power. Yuichi makes his final decisions without hesitation. Not because he's cruel, but because he understands the cost. The organizers announce the end of the individual game. The players have survived, but they are no longer the same people who entered it. The chapter ends with a chilling truth. The Tomodachi game didn't create monsters. It revealed them. And Yuichi Katagiri is no longer afraid of what he's become.